Hello friends, welcome to the next tutorial of this program. In this tutorial we will talk about how we can perform brute force attack in a testing environment. So over here it's asking for username and password. As we know that the login credentials of DVWA lab is admin as username and password as its password. If I enter these credentials, I will be logged in. Now imagine that you are trying this vulnerability in a website while doing bug hunting, as you must not be knowing the password, so how you can brute force in login forums for the same. Today we will do the same via burp suite. For example, let's enter username as A1 and password as 123. Now let's intercept this request in burp suite. So you can see over here that it's a get based request and username and password are being passed in this request. Now right click and send this request to intruder, as this is where we can perform brute force attack. Now go to positions. First of all, clear all the positions from here. Now double click this and add one over here and one over here. For this, we will be using cluster bomb, as there are two payloads, and in cluster bomb, when we input our payload list for payload set 1 and for payload set 2, that is username is equal to this is payload set 1 and password is equal to this is payload set 2. So what happens in cluster bomb is that it will brute force all the payloads of payload set 1 with payload set 2 and check what all payloads are working. So there are two options of inputting payload over here. One is by adding manually and one is by loading a txt file where there is a complete list of payloads. But over here we will add manually. Let's give one admin. Next will be user. Then we can give admin 1, user 1 and AAA. So this was for the usernames, and the second list is of passwords. Let's give one correct password, that is password. Second one is this. Third one is QWERTY. Then we can add 1 2 3 4. Now let's start the attack. Over here, if you can see that payload count is 4 and request count is 20, because in payload set 1 we have 5 payloads and 5 multiplied by 4 turns out to be 20. That's why the request count will be 20, as it will be checking with each and every payload. And now let's start the attack. The attack has been finished, but how will you determine that which among these is the correct credential? So over here you can see that if I look at the length of admin and password section, it is 4736, which is different from the rest. Except this, all the other results have the same length. So from this I can figure out that admin and password is the correct credential for my DVWA lab. Now let's check it again. Voila! We have successfully able to brute force this login forum. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this tutorial.